I'm Dr. Amy and welcome to another episode of Dr. Confidential. Today I'm going to be going through the 10 foods I eat on a weekly basis. People are always asking me as a nutritionist, as a doctor, as someone who talks about health and wellness all the time, what do I eat? So I decided to put together my top 10 foods that I eat every single week. Number 1, there is a special spice called turmeric. This is the number 1 food I have every single week, if not every single day in my life. This spice is so special. It has an active compound called curcumin. This is an anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, anti-dementia, you name it, and turmeric does it. In fact, when the National Cancer Institute was trying to identify a food or factor or medication that they could test as one of the most promising for cancer, out of hundreds, there was 50 that came out on the top, and turmeric was pretty much the top of them. So for cancer, for arthritis, for inflammation, for gut health, there is nothing turmeric can't do, it seems. In fact, there was a study that showed that just 1 teaspoon of turmeric a day was equal to 30 to 60 minutes of exercise when it comes to endothelial function. Now, this is important for heart disease, for blood pressure, for circulation in general. You want to have turmeric in your diet if you can, at least a few times a week. Number 2, and now these are not in any particular order. All of these 10 foods are things that I think are very important, but number 2 is tea. Tea is something I have every single day, if not multiple times a day. I love chai, I love Rubios, I like puree, I like jasmine, kombucha, yerba mate. I love tea. Out of all the teas, chai is probably my favorite, and as you know, or may not know, I made my own chai latte mix, which you can purchase as well. It has stevia and coconut milk. I didn't want all the sugar and all the dairy in regular chai, so I made my own. Chai is a blend of spices with tea. You can make it at home with cardamom and ginger and black pepper. It is with cinnamon and all of the different spices mixed into one. Now, green tea is very healthy, Rubio's tea is very healthy, jasmine tea. Tea is the most common liquid drank on this planet after water. Now, it's not to say coffee isn't healthy. Coffee is very healthy as well, and I have coffee as well, but tea is something that is in my rotation on a daily and weekly basis. Number 3, cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. These vegetables have special compounds that can bind toxins in your gut and pull them out. So if you're someone who is looking for a better hormone balance or improved digestion or improved disease control, cruciferous vegetables are something that could be incorporated into your diet. Now, people might say, wait, cruciferous vegetables, isn't that bad for my digestion? Because it often causes gas or bloating in people who aren't used to it. So if you're not used to cruciferous vegetables, you want to eat them in small amounts and in well-cooked form, meaning broccoli in a half a cup, very well cooked until your body starts to get used to it. Cruciferous vegetables are very special. Number 4, leafy greens. Now, just like cruciferous vegetables, leafy greens are so full of vitamin C and antioxidants and fiber, and these are so easy, like spinach, so easy to add to your smoothie or to your scramble or to your stir fry or to your soup. This is extremely easy, high fiber, high vitamin C, high iron. These are foods that you can easily add to your diet and improve your diet significantly. Number 5, berries. Berries are some of the most healthiest foods on the planet. If I was stuck on a desert island and I had to pick one food to eat for the rest of my life, it would be berries, probably blueberries. These are packed with fiber, antioxidants, vitamins. These are nature's candy. It tastes delicious. These are things that have been shown, especially dark colored berries, have been shown to be anti-aging, to be anti-cancer. These are foods that you want to be incorporating into your diet on a daily and weekly basis. Number 6, Brazil nuts. Now, I love all nuts, but Brazil nuts are my favorite because of their potential. Brazil nuts in studies have been shown in just 1 serving to lower your cholesterol more than a statin medication. Now, this is phenomenal. I mean, 1 serving is just 4 Brazil nuts. It's something you can incorporate into your diet a few times a week, and it's super simple. Nuts in general are some of the things I love, but Brazil nuts in particular. Number 7, plant fats and plant proteins. I kind of put it in one category together because these are things that I incorporate all the time. Lentils and beans and avocado. When you look at the longest living people in the world, centenarians across the world in these 5 blue zones, you notice that a bulk of their food is plant fiber, plant protein, and plant fats. So these are foods that I have on a regular basis. I'm lucky because I grew up in a South Asian household where beans and lentils and plant-based proteins and fats were a huge part of our diet. Now, I forgot about it once I went to college and I was eating a highly refined carbohydrate diet. But once I found nutrition again, I added them back in, and now they're here to stay. Number 8, citrus fruits. Citrus fruits like limes and lemons and oranges and grapefruits, these are highly, highly healthy foods that you should be incorporating into your diet. I incorporate lemons and limes and grapefruits on a regular basis. And these are great ways to sweeten up your food without adding a ton of artificial sugars or white refined sugar. Adding a little squeeze of orange into your salad gives it a nice bright taste. These are versatile, full of health benefits. Citrus fruits are a must for me. Number 9, spices. Now, I already told you about turmeric, but I wanted to tell you that the spices in the world are some of the most powerful medications that you could be having. Cardamom and ginger and garlic and onion. I mean, the spices actually create not only flavors, but also reactions in your body that can be very beneficial. You don't want to skip on spices. But remember, spices can be contaminated with heavy metals, so you want to make sure that you buy your spices from a manufacturer that tests for heavy metals or has some kind of testing certificate available. So be careful, because Consumer Reports reported that many spices across the world are contaminated with lead, cadmium, arsenic, etc. The number 10 food I incorporate on a weekly basis is fermented food. Now, I've talked a lot about the microbiome and why gut health is so important, but did you know those little creatures that live in your gut, they actually have preferences and they eat foods and they need friends? Fermented foods are fibrous foods that also contain bacteria in them. And so you're actually populating your microbiome when you eat fermented foods. These are things like kimchi or kombucha, natto, pickles, sauerkraut. These are things that you can incorporate on a weekly basis, just 1 tablespoon, and you will be improving your gut health more than you ever knew. Probiotic pills can only do so much. Probiotic foods do a lot more. So I hope you enjoy the 10 things that I eat on a weekly basis as a doctor and nutritionist. Stay tuned for the next episode of Dr. Confidential.